I went from 80 to 100-hour work weeks, 5 coffees a day, and blood markers that scared my doctor at 21, to now under 20-hour work weeks, double the salary, and 2 cups of coffee I actually enjoy. Not because I worked harder, but because I stopped worshipping the wrong God. And I know that sounds dramatic, but that's exactly what it was. There's a doctrine being preached in every startup Slack channel, every happy employee LinkedIn post, and every after-work team bonding drinks reel, which I'm sure you can relate to if you hate after-work social events. That every inch of your worth is measured in output. That rest is laziness with better PR. And if you're not exhausted, you're not serious. For a long time, I believed every word of it.
I wore my tired eyes like a crown. Told myself the brand was holy ground. Resting felt like sin I couldn't shake, so I kept burning for burning's sake.
Here's the thing nobody tells you about worshipping productivity. The cult doesn't ask you for your time, it asks for your body. And at 21, I got my blood results back. High cholesterol, on the verge of diabetes, and family history, bad odds. This lifestyle was quietly making it worse. I remember thinking I couldn't even do a push-up, which I know probably sounds funny, but there was a moment in my life. First day at a run club. I was running uphill, and 5 minutes in, I'm already panting, barely moving. A grandma ran past me, then stopped. She was genuinely concerned and offered me a hand to take me up the hill. I laughed it off in the moment, but something in me knew that this isn't sustainable. Not in 5 years, not in 10. And these lyrics in the song, Lazarus by Porcupine Tree, perfectly capture this. I survived against the will of my twisted folk, but in the deafness of my world, the silence broke. The truth was in front of me, but it got complicated as I loved the work I was doing at the time, which was $11 million global research initiative as a sole developer to build technology for preventing seabed erosion and helping fishermen communicate via SpaceX satellites out in the ocean. It was really scary as a first job straight out of university, but a genuinely fascinating story for another video. Then eventually I got more projects, more responsibility, drinking more coffee, and I realized that the most dangerous trap isn't failure, it's succeeding at the wrong thing. I was living in now what I call the danger zone, where you have high skill, low energy. You're good at it, but it takes everything out of you. The shift to what I now call the genius zone, where I had high skill, high energy, happened when I got the chance to try different areas in tech. I've dabbled with embedded systems development, web development, electronics design, and finally stumbled into testing. It didn't pay more initially, but it cost me 80% less of myself. I put in the same hours, same output, but completely different energy. Because I realized the critical thinking skills I had aligned with that role more than a developer. I liked automating steps and breaking things apart more than building. That was just true about my inner nature. And then I found a niche that most companies didn't even know how to approach, which was automated testing for embedded systems. I became a big fish in a small pond. Multiple companies were willing to outpay me what I was being offered elsewhere. And that specificity, that truth about my actual nature, that's what doubled the salary. Not more hustle, not more hours, and not another productivity system. Working harder at the wrong thing is just a slower way to lose. I wish I had someone show me this earlier. A way to look at my own work and see where I was giving energy and where I was bleeding it, which is why I've made the Career Energy Audit. It's a free PDF worksheet, 2 steps, 20 minutes, paper and pen. You rate 16 common work activities about how much energy each gives you or drains you and how naturally skilled you are at it. Then you plot it on a simple scatter graph where you can see your zone of genius, your growth zone, and your danger zone. So you can immediately determine the work you're great at and what's been quietly burning you out. The link is in the description. It's free. Print it out.
I stopped praying to the grind and the clock. Found the God they said I lost and never left. Speaks and walks in silence and arrest. Kingdom was inside me all along.
That's where it starts. Not with a new system, but with the truth about yourself.